I don't know that they want to become a run-first team again. I don't really feel like they think they're better than that. Like the quarterback, the receivers are better. So they'll tweak things. Kevin Petullo is good. He's adjusted. He's made some changes. He's been in that system with them since Nick Sirianni got there.
So let's do this, and let's bring our friend from the NFL Network in, Brian Baldinger. Is it real, Baldy, or is it a pipe dream?
I don't know. I mean, it's Howie Roseman. I mean, Howie's a riverboat gambler. He loves this stuff. He loves making trades. Can you pry? There's two parts to this. If it's a rumor, I get it. Trade deadline's Tuesday at 4. Teams, it's the arms race. Everybody's looking to add a member, a component that can help them, secure a path maybe to deep into the playoffs. I mean, there's the compensation, which you just mentioned, 3 first-rounders, which I'm not going to debate. I mean, it's at least 2. So if it's 2, can it be 3? It can. He's in the prime of his career. And then there's the compensation. So it's, north of $40 million a year. Can they make that work? I have no idea. Howie's a magician when it comes to that. They can push the can down the road. There's ways to do it. They can restructure contracts. They've done that before. So, I mean, is it a possibility? It's a need. They just brought Brandon Graham back for his 16th year, and he's coming off 2 torn triceps. So who knows how he's going to hold up. But they don't have much of a pass rush. And, they're going to get Nolan Smith back. I saw him working out on Sunday before the Giants game. He was a difference maker in the second half of the season last year. But, he hasn't done much so far this year.
How about this, Baldy? It just makes too much sense here. And, we were just talking about, in a draft, and you break down the draft all the time. I call them sandbox guys. There's probably 15 guys in every draft every year that are legitimate first-round selections. The rest of them are really high 2s. And so when you're picking between 28 and 30 every year, like the Eagles are projected to the next couple of years here, that's why the volume of picks, it just makes too much sense. Think of it. You're sending 3s. The Browns are going nowhere. They have no quarterback. And how about this? In the next 3 years, if they were to make this move, they would have 7 first-round picks with what they did with Jacksonville. You would have 7 first-round picks over the next 3 years. Isn't that how you rebuild a football team? And how you get your team on the fly getting in the right direction?
Yeah, I mean, in theory, we've seen teams with multiple first-round picks. I mean, Andrew Berry is there. He came from Philadelphia. Howie knows Andrew Berry. He's got his number on his speed dial. In theory, yes, that's how you do it. But we've seen teams screw that up all the time. So that's not a guarantee. I mean, they did get Jahad Campbell with the 31st pick this year, and he looks like he's going to be the best linebacker they've had in a long time. But, you don't always get lucky like that. You're right about the first-round picks, though, Dan. Like, usually, if you get 20 in a year, that's a good year. I always think of it this way. You go back to any draft, Dan. There's 10 really good players to Hall of Fame players. There's 10, excellent players that have careers. And then there's 10 busts that you just quarterbacks, any position, they just miss on. And, we kind of talk about those guys a lot sometimes. But, the Cleveland has had their share of those guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. 6-2 Eagles. What do you make of them heading into their bye week right now? Where are they in the NFC, in your opinion?
They're right in the middle of it. They've tweaked their offense a lot in the last 2 weeks of wins against Minnesota and the Giants. I mean, they really went to the play-action pass game against Minnesota, followed it up against the Giants. They ran some runs last week that they hadn't run. They hadn't run pin and pull. They hadn't run toss crack. They hadn't done those kind of things, and they did, and they had the best running game that they had all year. And now they have a bye week. So last year, after the bye week, they were 2-2, and they went on a run. And they fixed the offense and became a running team. I don't know that they want to become a run-first team again. I don't really feel like they think they're better than that. The quarterback, the receivers are better. So, they'll tweak things. Kevin Petullo is good. He's adjusted. He's made some changes. He's been in that system with them since Nick Sirianni got there. I talked to Petullo the last 2 weeks. He's, sometimes he looks like that guy on the sideline. He's looking for a friend to talk to. You're in Philadelphia and you're under the microscope, Dan. Like, sometimes you feel like you don't have a friend. Like they can beat on you pretty hard. So we've had some laughs about that. It's been going on there forever. But I feel like, Saquon busted out last week. And if they get some balance in the offense and play action passes, they're going to be just fine.
How about this? How much does under center do you think is that more of a cosmetic change?
No.
Or is that more of a scheme change, in your opinion?
No, it's a scheme, Dan, because what's happened is in this league, I mean, these teams are just sitting back in these shells, cover two. They're sitting like they're not going to give you the deep ball. You got to run them out of it. That's one way to get them out of that. Just have a really good – you have a Detroit running attack, have a Buffalo Bill running attack, Indianapolis Colt running attack. You can run them out of that shell. But the other way is to play action pass and really sell the run, and let these routes develop down the field. I call them speedo routes, two receivers going and some level of combination, post dig. It could be a variety of different combinations. But, you got to get your chunk plays to get points in this game. You got to flip field position. And the Eagles have done that now in the last 2 weeks. But the good offenses, Indianapolis does it a lot. Green Bay does it. Seattle does it a ton. The good offenses, is like, McVay does it with the Rams. Like the good offenses in this league are going under center. And the running backs are 8 yards deep, and they're either handing it off or faking it to them. And they're getting their big chunk plays out of it.
Jalen Hurts, it's such a complex conversation every year. I have it with you all the time as well as I do everyone else. I even had it with Kurt the other day. By the way, he loved your idea. I said, hey, my boy Baldy's got 50 jobs. You've got one, Junior. So, he liked that. I went and I asked him, I said, I go, Jalen Hurts. And he goes, it is not really a complex offense. It's a simplistic offense. They run a ton of go routes. They run a lot of simple plays, but that's by design of the quarterback. And then I started thinking, is it because he can't read secondaries? Is it because why? I mean, what do you make of their offensive attack? It's not complex. There's not a lot of motion. There's a lot of winning, which again supersedes everything else. Tell us how to read Jalen Hurts.
Well, here's the other thing, Dan. Here's the other thing that you failed to mention, because all the things you said are right. They don't turn the ball over.
Yep.
They don't turn it over. Like, you want to go to the number one stat and why teams win or lose, just go to the turnover ratio. I mean, he's thrown one interception this year. All right. He threw one after the bye week last year. Like, he's not going to put the ball in harm's way. Now, he's an excellent deep ball thrower. He always has been. And he's got guys that can go get it. He's very comfortable doing that. But like, he's not going to, these routes in the middle of the field where they're layering these routes and you got to do a Shanahan thing and layer it over the linebacker's head and drop it in. Like, he's not throwing that route. He's just not. But go routes, okay. I got an arm. I can put enough air under it and let my guys go get it. He'll do that. But he's not, like we saw Mahomes, he's never in his life thrown 2 interceptions in a quarter in his life. He did it the other night. Now, one went through Kelsey's hands. But like, he's just not, like, Jalen is going to take care of the football. And you're going to have to beat the Eagles. They're not going to beat themselves. And that's a part of his winning.
So to you, all that other stuff, it's irrelevant. I mean, right?
I can show you, Matt Stafford's offense in Los Angeles to Devontae and Puka. And it's pretty. It's beautiful. It's a symphony in Seattle with Sam Darnold right now. And you can just the eye test, go, oh, that's a good passing offense. That quarterback's good. But you can do it a different way. You can do, like, I remember, honestly, 9 years ago, going to do an Alabama-Texas A&M game. And Jalen's a rookie. He's a freshman at Alabama. And I said, I don't know how fast Jalen Hurts is, but I know this. There's not a guy in Texas A&M that could catch him. Like, he's as fast as he needs to be. He's won games at Alabama. He started for Nick as a freshman.
Yeah.
He walked after he graduated. He walked on at Oklahoma and had him in a national championship run. Like, all he does is get the team to the playoffs every year and win playoff games. Like, winning is all that matters to him. And all the other stuff, honestly, to him is superfluous.
Okay. A couple more here for you. A.J. Brown. Now, dude, this guy is a content machine for me, and I love the guy because he brings it each and every single day. But, Kurt said this, and you tell me if you agree with this prism that he sees him through. This is more about him being a competitor.
No doubt.
He sees the game that he wants the game to come to him. He wants to be involved. He wants to be a guy that's involved in the winning. He goes, when you're just doing those and you're not throwing the ball, he's not getting any targets. He feels like he's not part of the process. And for him, going out and running sprints all day long on a Sunday, it's not what he wants. Do you think that's where he's coming from? Do you think he's a good team guy, or do you think he's more of a distraction?
I don't think he's a distraction at all. In fact, you have to go even deeper in what you're saying. You know what he wants to do, Dan? He wants to rip the freaking carotid artery right out of your throat. He wants to play football the way you play defensive line. He wants to beat the guy in front of him. Like the happiest he was all year. They're down 26-7 to the Rams in the second half. He beat those corners with the Rams so bad, like physically, not just caught the ball, but then ran him over. Like he's just wired different. Like he's not like I've seen him. I've had people tell me at the locker room, they won playoff games, and he left unhappy because he didn't get a chance to break somebody's will. But you can't have enough of those guys on your team. You just can't. He's a good blocker. He's a great blocker when he blocks. I don't know. I don't think he's a distraction. Honestly, he's the god. I mean, Jalen Hurts the godfather to his daughter. Like, there's a relationship there, he's the reason why he came to Philly. Jalen's like, get this dude, man. Like, this guy's an animal. Like, they don't win a Super Bowl. They don't go to 2 Super Bowls without him. And is he moping? I don't believe he's a diva or a moper like that. He just wants a chance to take a corner, Marshawn Lattimore, and just destroy him. That's his mentality. But that's football. He doesn't have it. I see these guys short-arming balls all over the field, Dan, right? Like, it drives me nuts. Like, I never see that from Devontae or A.J. Brown. They're not short-arming a ball. If there's a ball in the middle of the field to go get, they're going to get it.
Absolutely. Who's the biggest threat, do you think, to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC?
Well, they beat Tampa this year, but Tampa always plays them well. Todd Bowles knows how to pressure Jalen. They're a factor. The Rams had him on the brink last year in the playoff game.
This year too.
This year also, yeah. They had to block 2 field goals in the fourth quarter, to win that game. That's pretty improbable. But I think Green Bay, they're going to see them on Monday night, a week from the Eagles are on a bye week this week, but then go Monday night to Green Bay. They're a good team. Mike has made a difference there. Although Lane Johnson, Malott have never had a real issue with blocking Micah Parsons. We'll see. But I think, Detroit, Green Bay, the Rams, Seattle. I think Tampa, there's some foes out there that could give them a hard time.
Offensive line. Baldy, you tell me what's happened this year. To me, look, I think Tyler Steen has played well, but he's not the earth mover that Micaiah Becton was a year ago.
That's true.
I think that tush push may have done some damage to the O-line, and maybe even this too. Baldy, you tell me. We always talk about the backs having tread worn off when you go 2K, right? Well, how about the O-line too, having tread taken off them when you're a run-dominant team and you're running the ball 40 times? Look at Dickerson. He's been injured. He had 2 off-season surgeries. Cam Jurgens had back surgery. You don't have the same guy. Is it just been the war of attrition over the last couple of years with them going so deep? Injuries have played a factor in why that run game's not where it's at right now?
That's a theory. Brett Toth played center last week. He played great.
He did.
And so, he's a strong-handed guy. He's never started at center before. He's been a backup player, but he played great against Dexter Lawrence and the Giants. But they got some different type of runs. They got the pin and pull, like I said. They got the tosses outside. They blocked the best play all year that they blocked with Toth and Dickerson to get Saquon that 65-yard gash. He hadn't seen a runway like that this year. There's no change in Saquon. His top flight speed is just the same. I feel like there's the thing is beginning to open up, and the playbook is starting to change a little bit. There's no question. Mekhi was special last year. They're not getting that out of him with the Chargers right now. Right. But Steen is a good player. Lane Johnson, I'll tell you if he's on with you, Dan, he likes Todd. He thinks he's playing really. He doesn't blow assignments, mentally sharp. I think they just got to keep working at this thing here.
Final question for you. Who's the best team in the NFL right now? Or is it too early to say, and is it too wide open? Because, every time I bring someone on and ask him a question, Kurt said the same thing. He goes, I don't know right now. I'm not sure I've seen the league this wide open. There's a ton of parity in the game right now. Is there somebody you like, though, right now?
I like the Colts. Now, they go to Pittsburgh on Sunday. I'll be there in Pittsburgh announcing that game. I mean, the Colts should be 8-0. They had a knucklehead receiver drop the ball before celebrating before he got in the end zone, but that would have won the game for them. They could be 8-0. Like, they don't really have a weakness. They got Lou Anarumo running the defense. They brought in Jermaine Pratt next to Zaire Franklin. They're good up front, really good. They might go get a corner, at this trade deadline. But offensively, they don't have a weakness. I haven't seen any team exploit it. Like, they're putting up, 35 points a game right now. Pittsburgh has played their best game that they played in 2 years to beat them. But they look like the best team to me.
Finally here, hey, dude, so when you go scuba diving, is it lobster? And what do you go scuba diving for when you go? I see the videos all the time.
Yeah,
what are you scuba diving for?
I'm a free diver, Dan. Like, the water's nice today. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I'm on the beach. Like, I just was too busy to go out there. But if I have a free hour tomorrow, I'm taking my mask and snorkel. I'm heading out to the reef. I swim out there. It's a couple hundred yards off my backyard. But it's not lobster season right now. But when it is, I know where they are. I know what rocks to go underneath there. I got the net. I got the stick. I'm poking them in the bag. We're throwing them in the grill. Like, we're having our lobster tacos for sure.
Bro, you need to get down to Isle Morada to go down and see Jimmy. I want you to go down and see Jimmy. You got to go to his place, and you have to go down there, and you have to go out on his boat. You and him would have a blast out there on his boat.
I would die.
Dude, I'm going to set that up for you this year.
You set it up.
You're too close. Now. You're too close not to go down there and see him.
I'm 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I'm going to send you a text tonight, and I'm going to set that up with Jimmy. He has people down there all the time, man.
Yeah,
dude, he goes out tuna hunting, and he goes out tuna fishing all the time. He's got these gigantic tunas.
No, I saw him with some giant mahi.
Mahi, that's it.
Beautiful fish, man. I saw him on a plane. I said, Jimmy, that was a beautiful mahi, man. Like, it is. I mean, he knows what he's doing out there. But I'm
going to set that up.
Okay, set it up, Dan.
Hey, bro, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you finding time for me, man.
My pleasure, buddy. Anytime.